everyone, have you ever wondered why? On the path of cultivation, some people seem to achieve immediate realization, while the rest of us feel like we're constantly running in circles. Today, we're going to talk about a fascinating ancient story. This is more than just a legend. It contains an astonishing secret about how to attain salvation. The entire story begins with a major question from Ananda, one of the Buddha's closest disciples. He started to wonder if the Buddha was being a little biased. Why did he seem to pay special attention to certain individuals, allowing them to gain enlightenment the fastest? Wow, if you think about it, this was quite a bold question to ask. Right, so Ananda, while meditating, couldn't quiet his mind. He thought, the Dharma taught by the Buddha is like falling rain. It should be fair to everyone. So why were the 5 ascetics, like Kaundinya, the first to awaken? He couldn't understand it, couldn't settle down, and finally just went straight to the Buddha. He asked, World-honored one, what good deeds did they do? What merits did they accumulate? What special background did they have that allowed them to be the first to hear your teachings and the first to attain liberation? It was this very question that led to his story from an immensely long time ago. And the Buddha's reply was truly groundbreaking. He said, that is because a long time ago, they once drank my blood to save their lives. Just hearing that, you'd think, what on earth is going on? Behind this statement is a deeply shocking story of sacrifice, which is the key to unlocking the entire mystery. Let's travel back to that incredibly distant past together. The Buddha began by saying that eons ago, in a time too long to calculate, he was a king named King Sili, king of compassion and power. This king was famous for his compassion. He governed his nation using the 10 good deeds, which we know as not killing, not stealing, not engaging in sexual misconduct, and so on, to educate his people. As a result, the entire kingdom was peaceful and harmonious. However, because everyone was so kind and peaceful, a problem arose. There was a group of malevolent spirits, yakshas, who relied on drinking human vitality and blood to survive. Since all the people in the kingdom were practicing the 10 good deeds, their bodies and minds were pure, and the yakshas had nothing to eat. They were starving. So 5 yaksha kings reluctantly approached King Sili, begging him to save their lives. The king was deeply saddened when he heard their pleas. Then he made a decision no one could have predicted. He actually drew his sword and stabbed himself. He made exactly 5 cuts on his own body. The blood flowed out, allowing those 5 yaksha kings to drink until they were full. Think about it. This was no longer just giving. This was feeding them with his own life. Just imagining that scene is profoundly moving. But the point of the story is not the sacrifice itself. The pivot, what truly changed their destiny. Let's look at the turning point in the entire story. You might think the king's blood saved them, but the most crucial part of the story is actually not that. So, where is the real point? The Buddha said the key lies in the yaksha's reaction after drinking the blood. It was that mindset, that single thought, that fundamentally changed their fate. It is encapsulated in these 8 characters in the Chinese scriptures: immeasurable joy and gratitude, like a child's yearning for its mother. Let's pause and feel the weight of this sentence. This is absolutely not a simple thank you. It is a deeper, pure emotion. The meaning is that the happiness and gratitude in their hearts were so immense it was beyond calculation. Furthermore, that feeling was like the yearning of an infant for its mother. Think about a baby in its mother's arms. It has complete trust, complete dependence, and feels utterly secure. This feeling, this mindset, is the true reason they were later able to attain salvation. Yes, this is the essence of genuine taking refuge. It's not a formality, not attending a ceremony or receiving a certificate. It is an unreserved belief and gratitude that springs from the deepest part of the heart. The 5 Yakshas did not go through any formal ceremony to take refuge, but their hearts had already achieved the substance of refuge. The stinging reflection: why are we still struggling? The most critical part of the story comes now. We must take this ancient mirror and turn it upon ourselves. This is arguably the most sobering part of today's content, because it demands a brutally honest self-assessment. Here is a question we should all seriously consider. The scriptural commentaries mention that the number of times the Buddha has helped us and saved us across countless lifetimes is tens of millions of times, more than feeding those 5 yakshas once. Yet, what is the result? They became enlightened and attained the fruit of the path. But most of us are still wallowing in affliction and cycling through samsara, the cycle of rebirth. Why? The contrast is stark. The yakshas received help only once, and their hearts immediately gave rise to a gratitude like a child's love for its mother. Conversely, we have received infinite teachings and grace. But what is our reaction? Do we often feel like it was just what should happen? Do we sometimes even complain and feel it's not enough? The crucial difference is right there. What's worse is that we may be misusing what we've learned. Honestly ask yourself, are we studying the Dharma for liberation, or merely to package our greed, to rationalize our temper, or even to deepen our ignorance and arrogance? Are we speaking the Dharma while secretly thinking, look how much I understand, I'm better than all of you? This is a question that requires deep sincerity to face. I know some people might feel a little exposed or discouraged by this, but please don't worry. The point of our discussion today is not to criticize anyone, but to jointly identify the root of the problem and see if there is a way forward. The path forward, building a solid foundation. The conclusion is clear. The reason we are stuck is not that the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas haven't given enough. The problem is that our own foundation is too weak. We are like a broken cup. No matter how sweet the nectar poured in, it all leaks out. So what should we do? Here are 3 practical steps we can try. Be honest. Acknowledge that the sense of gratitude in your heart is truly insufficient. Practice intentionally, consciously cultivate that feeling of a child's love for its mother. That pure gratitude and reliance. Return to the basics. This is the most important step. Start by practicing the 10 good deeds. Building a strong foundation through fundamental good conduct. Not killing, not stealing, not engaging in sexual misconduct, step by step. This final statement summarizes all of today's core message. All spiritual methods must be built upon the foundation of the 10 good deeds. Without the stable grounds of the 10 good deeds, no matter how beautiful the house you built or how advanced the Dharma you studied, it will be empty and immediately collapse. Therefore, the real question may not be, how can I be saved? But rather, is my heart prepared? Have I begun working on this most important foundation?